Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
This is Eureka Online, and I'm going to be taking you logarithm now. I'm going to take you logarithm. Like the last video where we talked about indices. Indices is the opposite of logarithm, or logarithm is the opposite of indices. Logarithm is just picking log and adding it to indices. Picking log, and attaching it to indices. Something like this. So, whereby we have the power, the base, and the log. The power, the base, and the log. So, if you are talking about logarithm, it is the power to which a base or anything must be raised to give a reasonable values. To give a value. So the power, it must be raised. So we usually have what we call a base. We usually have what we call a power and a logarithm. We can have it in calculators. A log can be a calculator, but there are some logs that you can easily express without using calculator. And logarithm also have rules. Logarithm have rules. Okay? The first law of logarithm states that when you are adding, we multiply the power. You can see that it's opposite to indices. Indices is when you are multiplying, you add the power. Logarithm is when you are adding, you multiply the power. That is, for example, if you have log XA times log SB. Don't forget that the base must be equal. Although sometimes the base may not be equal. If it's not equal, I will tell you what to do. So this will give us, we have a plus. We can also have multiplication here. So those are what we will learn in this video, in this teaching. So this will give us log. We are going to take one of the log and take one of the base too, which will give us a, b. So when you are adding, you multiply the power. There's a proof to this. But let me finish all the rules. Then we will not prove them one after the other. Well, that is one. Number two, the subtraction rule. When you are subtracting, according to law of indices, you divide. So we have a log s raised by a minus log to base s to power b to base s to power b to base s, which is equal to, this is subtraction, we are going to divide. We have a log x a over b. Log x a over b. So don't forget that there must be preference for a first. The one that comes first must be the one that will come first when we are doing the expression, the result of the expression. So according to we also have the third one. Anything raised to power of 0. Anything raised by 0. Logarithm to power of 0 will give us 0. Log to power of 0 equals to 0. Also, log to power of 1 will give us 0. We call them special logarithm. Okay? So we have another one. Log of double power. We drop 1 to the front. So we have a log P S A. So you can see that this is the base, and we are having two powers. So we are going to have a log. This one will come to the front here. A log or back, as you may think it. So we have an S. So this is a log of double power. Log of double power. We can also have changing base, log of change of base, We have a log AB. So I want to change the base to C. We are going to have log CB over log CA. Okay? So that is change of base. So we are changing it to base C. Okay, we can also have log A. We have a log A 1 over, we can have a log AB. We have a log AB, and we want to change the base. I want the power to be the base and the base to the power. Look at this one we are changing it to another base. Then this one I want the base to the power and the power to the base. Sometimes we can have different base in the question, whereby we want to change it and there's a separation. Now this one there's no separation. So this one there's a separation between them. Maybe log B to A plus log A to B, something like that. So we want it to be in the same base. We can decide to do it this way. We have a log, we want it to be B. So that will be 1 over AB. So this one will be inverse or reciprocal. We turn it to a reciprocal. Okay? We turn it to a reciprocal. So that's how we usually handle that. So we can have something like this log A, B, C. Okay? And where we want this to become the base, we can have it to be log B 1 over A. So we can, this one will become C. So the log of double power we take 1 to the front. So these are law of logarithm. We have other cases. We have also called special logarithm. We have other cases, such as log AB times log AC. Okay, you can see that this is multiplication. Instead of addition, when you see multiplication here, then that means you are going to multiply the base and the power. You multiply the base and the power. Log is going to be log A square, or A times A is A square, and then we have a BC. We have a A square, we have a BC. So this I turn it to a double power. So we can now have this will become BC log A2. Okay? Log 2 to base A. Log 2 to base A. So if you have, a log BA times log CD, you have this kind of logarithm. Then we're going to have log AD, then BC. So this one is not double power. It's not double power. So you can see that we have some other cases. Okay? So we can also have when it's dividing each other. Log AB divided by log CD. Okay? If you have it this way, then the power will divide the power, the base will divide the base, which will give us log A over D, then B over C. So So you can see it. You can see it. So that is how to handle this aspect of the law. So we will definitely prove them, but anytime you see question, okay, let's take proving to be another video so that you will not join it together in this. Okay, so let's solve some questions under logarithm. Let's solve some questions under logarithm. For example, if you have example 1, you have a log 36 plus log 37. So solution, according to law of logarithm, we are going to pick one of the log and pick one of the base and do what? Multiply the power. So we have a log 3, so which is a 6 times 7, which is equal to log 3, 42 to base 3. 42 to base 3. So you can see the beauty of this question. Let's take this one. We are going to be taking harder questions after the proving. So we have a log 7 raised to n minus log 7 raised to the power 6 plus log 7 raised to the power n raised to power 2 over n. So solution. So we are going to multiply, pick one of the log. So that is 7 and divided by 6 times 2 over n. So we have that is equal to log 2n over 6n, which will give us log n will cancel n. That means we have 1 over 3. 1 over 3. So we can decide to change the base. So we can change the base, which will give us log 3, 7. 3, 7. So we do change of base. So these are the beauty of logarithm. Beauty of logarithm. Let's say there is a special law in logarithm whereby when we have equalization sign. So when equalization sign is in logarithm, then we try as much as possible to bring all the power to one base if they have the same base, and this addition or subtraction. We bring them to one base where the base that were brought together we move to raise the value at the right hand side or at the other side. It will raise it. For example, if we have a log of equality, if we have a log a to base b, a b to base a times log plus log c to base a to base a equals to 2. So what you all need to do is we apply the law of logarithm here. We say that when we are adding, we multiply the power. So log a big C equals to 2. So this a will go and raise we go and raise this 2 and the logarithm will disappear. So we have a BC equals to a raised power 2. BC equals to a raised power 2. So by the time we find the square root of both sides, we have our square root of BC equals to a. So for example, if you want to look for a, if you are asked to look for a, or want to make a select a formula, you can see it in this form. Okay? So the major thing is that the base will go and raise what we have on the other side. Okay, that's another special logarithm. So let's take some question under that. We have a log s raised to power 6 plus log s raised to power 2 divided minus log s raised to power 7 equals to 3. Find x. So I told you we are going to bring them together. If you got log x 6 times 2 divided by 7, which is equal to 3. So which means this 6 times 2 will give us a 12. So we have a log 12 over 7 to this x plus 3. So this x will go and raise this 3. That means we have a 12 over 7 equals to x raised to 3. Don't forget that the logarithm will have to disappear. So we have a cubic of 12 over 7, which is equals to x. So that's how to handle that. Let's take another question. Find x. Find x if log 2s plus 3 times log plus log 4, okay, let me say 2 s minus 5 equals to 0. So solution, we are looking for x. So this will give us log 2 s plus 3 s minus 5 equals to 0. So throw away the logarithm and use this 2 to go and raise this 0. We have a s plus 3 s minus 5 equals to 2 raised by 0. I thought that 3 raised by 0 is 1. So s plus 3 s minus 5 equals to 1. So we have to open this bracket. So s squared minus 2s minus 15 equals to 1. Okay, so bring this 2 in, s squared minus 2s, bring this 1 in, minus 15 minus 1 equals to 0, s squared minus 2s minus 16 equals to 0. So this leads us to quadratic equation. Although I have not taught you quadratic equation, but when we meet a question whereby the highest power in the variable is 2, we say it's quadratic equation. If the highest power in the variable is 2, we say it's quadratic equation. So, and we're going to use the quadratic equation formula, or the one we call equation formula. Although some people usually use a misleading name for it, in which they call it almighty formula. It's not almighty formula, but we call it equation formula or quadratic equation formula. Because there are many formulas that is mightier than that formula. Yes, there are many formulas that is mightier than it. Although the usefulness of that formula makes people to say it's almighty, because it's useful in physics. You can be solving question in chemistry and you meet it. You can be solving question in biology and you meet it, even in Greek, in different parastatal. So that's why the misleading name almighty formula, but it's called quadratic equation formula. And I'm going to give you now. This is the formula. This is the formula. Since we are looking for s, we now say s equals to minus b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a over 2a. So this is what we call equation formula. So how do we use this formula? How to use this formula? I'm going to leave this, but I will rub this off. How to use this formula? Now we are having a, b, c. We are going to relate it to this equation. As squared plus bs plus c equals to 0. So when we relate it to this formula, we will now compare it with this equation that we have. That means we have a coefficient here. Every time you didn't see anything as a coefficient, that means 1 is there. So we compare it. This is a equals to 1. This one we have 2 here, we have b. So, and our b will be that means we are having b to be equal to minus 2 by comparison. And the c has no s, c has no s. We also compare them. So c is equal to minus 16. Okay? So that is how the thing goes. That means we have to substitute for a, b, c in this formula. And when we do that, we are going to have, the below. So x equals to b is minus 2 and b is minus b minus 2 and we have minus b here. That means this minus 2 is coming to replace b. We have a minus into minus 2. Okay? Plus or minus square root of minus 2 all squared minus 4 times 1 times minus 16 over 2 times our a is 1. Okay, so we will simplify further. So s is equals to minus times minus is going to give us plus. So we have a 2 plus or minus square root of minus 2 square will give us plus 4. We have a 4. Minus times minus is going to give us plus. 4 times 16. 4 times 16. You should be able to give us what? Okay? So 2 times 4, we have a 24. We have a right 4. We have 4 carrying 2. 4 times 1. Then we have a 64. We have a plus 64 over 2. So s is equals to 2 plus or minus square root of 68 over 2. So we are going to find the square root of 68. Find the square root of 68. So we are going to find the square root of 68. Which will give us 8.25. 8.25. S equals to 2 plus or minus 8.25 over 2. So you can see we are having plus or minus. So we are going to express it in plus and in minus and in negative. S is equals to 2 plus 8.25 over 2. Or we don't use and in quadratic equation, we use or. But in simultaneous equation we can say and. So 2 minus 8.25 over 2. So 2 minus 8.25 over 2. So this will be, when we simplify it further, you can see that this one took our time a bit. It took our time a bit, or it's taking our time a bit. So we are having 10.25. X equals to 10.25 over 2, or we are having a 6.25 over 2. So what will divide? We have a 5.12 or 3.12. So that is the answer to the question. So please kindly like the video, subscribe, and share. Please, as you are going through it, be jotting things down, writing. We need your comments. I need your comments.